Okay. I may have in fact set it up. GG. This may have been successful, theoretically. I don't know if it's gonna be on the tours or not. Let me close like all of my other tabs so I don't brick my computer. My computer might already be bricking now. Shut up, my computer. Like he might be a chud. Okay. Like theoretically, this should be live. I don't know if they're playing on PS or tours, but hypothetically, this should be happening eventually. First up, we have Jello versus Breakfast Enjoyer, which should be a good set. I mean, those are two Northeast legends. And then we're gonna have Char versus Zeal. So I don't know if like either of those are actually like. Apparently that one's supposed to be in 30, whereas the other one is supposed to be like right now. I think he said in 10 minutes, and it's probably been 10 minutes. So theoretically, it should be happening soon. Will it be happening soon? It's a great question. But like, you know, well, now he just waits patiently until these chuds decide it's actually time to play their game. Should bully Jello into playing early or whatever. There's probably noise in the background because I'm in a public location. Oh, Big Breakfast is online. Holy shit. We're so back. They're both online. Let's go. I don't know what these beeping sounds are that I'm hearing in the background, but I'm just gonna walk my day and pretend nothing's happening. So, GG. Game soon, hypothetically. Am I connected to... Okay, let's go. Gaming. Okay. Oh my gosh, we got a Snowbeard, but one of them has backs. Okay, knowing Jello, this is probably a Sword Stance backs. Well, or it could be like a plot Chiyu. Not... It could be like a plot Grassy Seed Chiyu, seeing the Rillaboom, or like... No, definitely not. You have to be like Scarf on this team, because without Scarf, you don't have any like good speed control, like fast attackers. Probably like Scarf Chiyu, like Grassy Seed Bolts. It could be like Banded Landorus, or just like defensive with rocks or whatever. I would assume SD backs most likely. Most likely. Yeah, and then over on Breakfast side, no Grilla, so it's probably not like Grassy Seed Bolt, but it could still be like CM or Booster Energy. It could definitely be Booster Energy offensive here, or just Booster Energy like CM. Okie dokie, it could be a Self-Fest or CM or Bulk Up. I would probably Bulk Up here. And this is either Follow Me or Focus Energy. And it could be Scarf on this, actually. It could be Scarf Kieran, which would make sense on this kind of team, because like I feel like you're lacking in speed tiers a little bit outside of the Hearthflame. Yeah, I think the City makes sense on this as well. As far as matchup goes, the Chiyu looks pretty good. If it's not like AV Okie Dokie, the Chiyu just generally makes a lot of progress here, especially if it's like Snarl. Or like Psychic, especially. I know Psychic has been popping up a little bit on Chiyu lately. You could just like snipe Okie Dokie. Jello's Raging Bolt, if it's like CM, can make a lot of progress once the Ninetales goes down. We just make sure we get rid of the Ninetales. The Landorus is like really bad here. I think it actually loses to literally everything. Okay. We see Chiyu, Baxcalibur, and Dakira Mokidogi. I'm willing to bet this is probably like a Choice Scarf Kiram. And if you're choice scarf, you probably have Draco. So this Bax could just like die turn one. The Doki is really well positioned on this board. If it's like AB especially, it just kind of demonstrates with everything here. Unless it's like some kind of insane offensive back set that like choice band that could like possibly OHKO it. Which like choice band backs we kind of here, not gonna lie, but like you know. Yeah. So I think this lead is like a little awkward for Jello, depending on what his sets on the Chiyu and backs are, because the Doki does genuinely like threaten a lot here. If this is actually Scarf, if this is actually Scarf Kyurem, it could also be a touch awkward if it's like timid into like modest specs Chiyu, Char Scarf Chiyu, although it'll probably never. Oh, okay, Terra Fire immediately. Does over half to the Doki, and then okay, and then yeah, so it's probably Scarf then. They're probably both Scarf. Based okay, and it is leftovers. Yeah. So to do like 59 Doki Doki with Terrifier Heatwave, it has to have been Scarf. It can't be Specs, which means these are Loki probably both Scarf. And I feel like 44 is like maybe a bit too much to be AV Kiron, but I'll have to check that. Oh, okay. Well, my calc is not loading. Okay, there we go. Oh, and it's booster special attack bolt. Interesting. So it's not grassy seed. Like it could have been on Indeed. It's definitely not grassy Chiyu as well. So it's just relevant for the love of the game, which makes sense. I mean, relevant's like fine on this.
Hello, Jessica.
Hello, who joined?
I would like to put it on
I'm
the
a Chad.
record
There
that
we
I
go.
told you in a test game to put Psychic on his Chiyu
He did
for
put
the
psychic
Dogi.
on SGU. See, I was just shouting that out. I was just shouting out that you can run psychic on your Chiyus, but do you think this is a Scarf Kyurem from Breakfast Enjoyer, or is it just AV? I have not been able to open the calc and figure it out. Oh, that's a chud miss.
It's
That's
just
actually
AV.
such a chud miss.
It's AV. It would have taken too much from Chiyu.
Okay, that's actually a super unfortunate miss from the Kyurem, because now the Kyurem is
Like
probably not in.
Chiyu would have done like 70 if it wasn't AV.
Yeah, the heat wave. Well, I don't know. It didn't do that much to the Okidogi, and the Okidogi revealed leftovers. So like, it definitely could have.
Well, the Dogi
The
is
Dogi's bulky.
definitely set up
Yeah,
invested
that's
if it's
true.
leftovers.
Yeah, the miss is really unfortunate though, because I think before this it would have probably been a Daytails range, but now it's not, which is obviously like really troll. It being like really, yeah, the Dogi is like the Bolt is still in a pretty good spot though, because it's not like really able to be pressured here very well.
I almost loaded this exact team into Jello during test games, but I didn't want to just see team him in test games.
Oh, breakfast team, you mean?
Yeah, I have everyone has this team. And they build it.
Word,
It's like a public base. I
word.
think it was Latin America that built this team, like Anne and Haru. Although I could be very wrong on that.
Okay, word. This Dogi just refuses to die. It's kind of fucked up. You still have Terra on both sides though. Um, Tails doesn't die to like neutral Ivy Cudgel, right? Or am I like a chud?
Ninetales is supposed to be EV to live Ivy Cudgel, non-Terra Ivy Cudgel.
Yeah, I mean obviously
That's
you could
the
Terra
sample.
here. You could obviously Terra here, but like you know, I think Terra here is not a bad play
If
either, right?
breakfast
Because
enjoy your Terras, there is a chance that Thunderclap KOs.
I think clicking Terra here is not an awful play if it's bulky. Grippon, or looks like has a
I
little bit
think
of
the
bulk on
best
it.
mid ground is to Terra and have Dogi hit the bolt.
Yeah. Do we see Terra here? No Terra. Okay.
I don't agree with that at
Oh,
all.
Encore. Okay. Well, okay. I know. So knowing that it's Encore makes a lot of that. That's like a fine play.
Your game is over.
Yeah. We don't have any ways of breaking the Kyurem, and the Bolt is just not making any progress into this, especially with the Heartflame. being Encore.
Unfortunately for Jello, he played a couple test games against me. Said I'm never testing against Nicholas again, and didn't listen to my advice.
GG.
I'm salty, but I was also right.
Dude, Salty Nick. SN. Yeah, okay. Well, this is just, I mean, this is pretty chopped. We don't really have any ways of getting past the hard flame anymore. Yeah, I mean, at this point, if it's like, it's not focus energy, but like, we can just Terra hard flame and swap in City and like, we just make infinite progress into this. Especially since Jello exhausted his Terra turn one. It's kind of just chopped. Oh, they lived. Yeah, so no crit is nice. If it's like high horsepower, maybe it's fine, but like, well, oh, well now he's just gonna get murdered by Blizzard. Yeah. Okay. GG.
Not that that wasn't going to happen anyways.
Yeah. Maybe we need to sack Bolt there. But even then, it's probably still chopped, even with Lando alive. Breakfast just has like too many resources, realistically. Do we see him here? I know he. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this is just not winnable. Okay, well, game two soon. TM. Game two soon.
Yeah, I think if you're running snow, this specific snow team that Breakfast Enjoyer has loaded is a pretty important mirror to prep for because Dogi and Hearthflame just represent so much of what's good into snow right now.
Yeah. It being Encore Hearthflame was like also really bad for this specific mirror. And I mean, obviously Jello did get
Well,
pretty. He did get pretty unlucky on the heat wave turns. Like the specifically missing it on the Kyurem that turn was like kind of unlucky, but like it is what it is.
I would say somewhat famously, with Breakfast Enjoyer's pace, both the Ninetales and the Ogre Punter Encore.
Yeah. Oh, this just looks like the Regath bolt balance, but like in DOU. And
Hello,
then
Aragon.
Yo.
and this is just some like Mew shit. I don't know what Jello's obsession
So
with Mew is. I've
I'll fill you in. Apparently, Jello
I
didn't
watched game
read
one.
the
I watched
chat.
game one.
Well, there's some extra context. Jello didn't read the chat when I was testing against him and giving him feedback. I told him to put Psychic on the Shiyu, which would have made this matchup playable at least.
Of course, he told him to put Psychic on the Shiyu, man.
top five shisters
Well,
into
I
modern
was like, I
DOU.
was going to load this exact team to test into him, and I was like, I don't want to make him feel bad because this team just hard stomps him.
Dude, you should have made him feel bad, man. We would have gotten
But
funnier
man,
messages.
Okay, we loaded King Game. I don't want to watch this set anymore. Goodbye, guys. Have fun.
Goodbye, Era.
no.
Okay, well, yeah, like
Nobody posted the game 2 in chat.
it's on Smog Tours. It doesn't matter. It's not necessary to post it in the chat if it's on Smog Tours. Yeah, but this is like CM Booster Bolts. It looks okay here. I mean, Jello has pretty good tools to hit it. This is like a whack. This looks like a whack DUU team from Jello. Oh, is this like a? Is this the weakness policy Curum shit?
I wouldn't know.
I vaguely remember hearing about a weakness policy Curum team. That's what this
I don't
looks
know
like.
why Jello is loading Lando T on this team.
This shit just has like no win cons. I don't like this Jello paste is just weird. Oh well, dude.
King Gambit is a win con.
I mean, that's not a real win con in the big 2025 SVDOU. I can't lie. Wait, it's 2026, but you get the idea.
Not a real win con like Crit Hearthflame here is. And yellow has no actual switch-ins to it.
Yeah. We have no fire resist. I mean, T-Spec up is good for like the POW and the bolt, but like at this point, I feel like we're gonna lose too much progress into the Hearth Flame early game, to where like it kind of doesn't matter. It's like I think like even if it's banded, it shouldn't like Oko either of the mons on this board. So it's like, what does it matter? And if we commit Terra on the Ogre Pawn, it probably doesn't kill the Mew. It would probably kill with a double up, but not like, it doesn't immediately kill the Mew. Probably. My head calcs could also be shit. Oh wait, okay. Well, okay. This turn somehow turned out okay for Jello.
Good
it,
live.
it like he shouldn't have, but I guess it's just a 50-50. I feel like if the Ogre
If
Pawn comes in, but
Breakfast
like,
Indoor doesn't commit the Terra to the Hearth Flame, it's just barely not going to get Okos on most of this team.
yeah. Getting the Ogre Pawn in for like basically free is like really good for Jello here. I feel like hard switching the Ogre Pawn is like a little bit dubious, but also I think the position turn one was dubious enough anyways to where you kind of had to. Oh, it's Terra Dragon. Is it like Terra Dragon Draco? Oh, and it doesn't kill.
Arf.
That is unfortunate. Is that like
The good news
modest
for Jello is that he
scarf?
will now get
Yeah.
to play the game his way because the big threat is down and everything will be poisoned for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and not being boots instant is also really good because it means we still make progress into it with the poison.
I think he's just going to stealth rock here.
Yeah, if he has it. I mean, I assume it would be. It could have been rocks on. No, I guess you can't be rocks on the Mew with T spikes. There's no reason for that.
Mew should probably have a psychic move to remove opposing poisons itself.
That actually seems. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I don't like see a lot of ways to hit like Gamora or like Okidogi that I'm comfortable with on this team. Unless like Psychic Curum, but I low-key don't think Jello's woke enough for Psychic Curum. Yeah, I guess it's just Draco, Ogre Pond rocks here. If we have it. We can also I don't think there's too much of a reason to like go for the kill on Tinsen. I mean I guess it could be, because they could go for a knock into the Curum, which could be a little annoying, but the Ogre Pond doesn't really make progress into the Curum anyway, so it's kind of fine. Yeah, okay. And then is it rocks? U-turn. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. So we had Grassy Seed, can Gambit, but we parting shot it into the Curum, so it's not like it's gonna come up anyways.
Here comes Landers.
Yeah. You can probably bring in Pow too, TBH. Pow's like pretty reasonable here. Or like Gorilla
How is
even.
reasonable if it has Sacred Sword? If it doesn't have Sacred Sword, there's no reason to ever bring it out.
Yeah. I think Gorilla for fake out is also like semi-reasonable.
I don't think this team has historically put Sacred Sword on Pow that much because, quite frankly, King Gambit isn't a huge issue for it most of the time.
Yeah. The Hearth is kind of in an awkward spot here though, because you don't really want it on the field because it's just gonna die to whatever comes out, but like you also don't really like you also want it to get like some amount of value before it just dies to the spikes on re-entry. I mean, it is out of one tick of poison range at this point, which is good, but I still just don't know how much value it's actually going to get you. We also can't Terra the Gambit out of the Lando weakness, notably. So it's like a little bit chopped here as well. Okay. Do we lose Lando here? Can Gambit here? Yeah. Okay. So we lost our
Scarf,
win con.
Scarf Kyurem is the win con.
Yeah. That's okay. I hear that. Can Scarf here win this game though? I feel like everything's too healthy. We still have
The
used
T
Terra
spike on
yet.
the field, Incineroar is very low. Rillaboom doesn't do anything to it. Harshflame doesn't do anything to it, and just gets T spike down.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
really only have 2 Pokemon left to actually get past.
If it's like Fairy Bolt, we can maybe force our way past it. In this moment, we're rooting for Jello because we want a game 3.
I would say that if Bolt terrestrializes, that's what Jello wants, because Rillaboom will be able to trade it down.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. This is a good Rilla
Good
from
twist.
Jello. Oh, that was a cool coaching. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That was a good turn for. That was a good turn for Jello. Getting coaching on the Rilla is like
For
really good
Jello,
here.
Landorus will still be funny.
Yeah. I mean, if
I
we're
think I
like,
should take out Tail in this turn, though.
yeah, I think our talent seems reasonable. We can also like pollen puff if we have it here, realistically. So like pollen puff means you probably damage trade with the Lando well enough, and it's fine. But no, I think Talon's better long term because we don't outspeed the POW when it comes in, which is obviously chopped. The Ensign makes really good progress on this board though, so yeah, so I was gonna say, so it's a pretty free switch in here. Okay, we got the Kiraman. I assume we would hammer the Ensign here. If we click a U-turn into Rilla, this is probably fine still, but or like Woodhammer, yeah, because now we make progress into that, but it's still a little awkward. This is still a hard in-game to position for Jello, because like we only have one fake out guy versus their two, so they can always just out fake out us, and the Landorus is still really threatening into the Kyurem and Mew and stuff. And unfortunately, Mew does not have fake out in the big SPDOU, so. Okay, it is Pollen Puff. So we hit.
Good turn for Jello. Now it's just going to click Glaciate.
Yeah. You can maybe click Drake. Drake has 2 overcommittal here. You can't do that. I'm LARPing.
I would be wary of getting knocked by Incineroar.
Yeah. We can look like. There's maybe a world in which we Draco the Ensign here, I think. Because Lando's like kind of pressured here on this board. And there's not much of a reason to like. There's not much of a reason to respect it staying in.
Breakfast Enjoyer's only goal is to remove this Kyurem with POW.
Yeah.
Positioning that safely is not easy.
Getting more health on Lando is pretty good, but now we just get in POW for free, which is not what we want here. Yeah, there's POW. And POW just makes like crazy progress into this team. I don't think
I don't
Jello
like that turn
has.
at all.
I don't think Jello has enough Draco turns left, or like he doesn't have enough like free Draco clicks to get through this team. Like the spikes are
I think
making.
we're supposed to remove the Landorus on that turn.
Yeah, or at least remove the Ensign or something. Like we need to make some kind of progress here because now we just don't have turns. And the POW is just like Stalvin in this situation. So we don't even have like Lando to sack to intimidate it. Like its stash is broken, but it still outspeeds everything except for the Kyurem and like hits everything super effectively. This could be something like a Wisp Mew or whatever, but that doesn't seem like very intuitive. Anyways, oh, it doesn't matter here. I'm stupid because of the spikes. Yeah, I have CTE. GG.
My best guess is its last move is Toad. It might be
Yeah,
Psychic
no,
though.
Talon's reasonable. Yeah, Breakfast also has yet to commit Terra. If it's something like Terra Poison on the Lando,
You
that's
just
like
tear the
super.
POW.
Yeah,
You just try the POW here. Make sure nothing can get it low enough that it'll clean the game from this point.
Yeah, word. Alright, well, he's having a lot of timer. Not surprisingly. Oh, wow. Fascinating. Thank you, Jeff. Oh. Yeah, there's the Terra Pow. Okay, does Mew die this turn? Does not.
It may just be the most incredible excuse Jello has ever given to anything.
Dude, I would not be able to focus on this game if if I if I was experiencing that too.
Jello
Yeah.
OnlyFans arc.
Yep. Dude, wait. Okay, that's actually an excusable comment. I didn't even think about saying yep to that. This looks pretty over though. I don't think. I guess like Draco can remove Pow. We like Draco, Pow, coaching or Pollen Puff the Curum, and it's like maybe there's a way. I feel like the Bolt just has too much health at this point. And we just like and Draco dropping our special attack is just too chopped.
Which you can go a long way here. If it is psychic, the double up should kill POW. Assuming Mew is fast enough for that. Which it very well may not be.
I think yeah. Okay, there's Lando.
Fast enough, he's going for the live angle. Okay.
Wait, dude. Is this not Scarf or is this Scarf Lando? Oh, it must be Scarf Lando.
It's the Dark Landorus.
Okay, that seems reasonable here. Yeah, that makes sense. It's Scarf Timid Landorus as well. I think. Unless this is like Scarf Modest Curum, which I guess is also kind of reasonable. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. This one, Pow is like probably is not. I think even then we just took too much damage, so it's not really salvageable from this position, even if we did hit Draco. Yeah, this is just over. Northeast Showdown completes. And then it's Char versus Zeal and like shortly. It's probably gonna be right after this.
They are already on smog tours.
Yeah. I assume they're waiting for this game to finish. Did it reveal that it was faster at any point, or that it was Scarf at any point before this? I guess not, right? Yeah. I guess doing 50. I feel like doing 57 to not AV Curum is pretty low, so I guess that makes sense that it wasn't Scarf. Alright. We got the third game. Okay.
Amogus!
Okay.
Amogus! It does not have a good matchup, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say double grasp plus a golden go is like lol. The Hearthflame looks really strong here though. Especially if we can pin the Tornadus. This is probably this could be like a Grassy Seed Kin Gambit or like Grassy Seed Gold. There's probably Grassy Seed somewhere on this.
Iron Hands isn't doing too bad this game either.
Yeah, exactly. This is like this is gonna be a good Iron Hands replay for sure if it's If it's SD or AV, like yeah. I could see this gold being like specs probably. I think plot looks like slightly out of place in this team maybe. I guess if it's like double redirect, it's like probably fine.
A double steal is certainly one way to fix your snow matchup.
Yeah. I think Modern has a like version of this team that's like Gouger over the King Gambit if I recall correctly. The Roaring Moon looks pretty okay here. It makes a lot of progress into everything except for the King Gambit. The moon is kind of like King Gambit stuffing moon in this matchup is actually kind of interesting. We'll have to see
Mooring room.
if it catches a breaking swipe on switching or something like that. I'm not sure how you lead here if you're Zeal. The moon makes sense on lead. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, if this is player off Ogre Pawn, Char can just win on turn 1. It definitely could be player off on this team. Wouldn't even surprise me, to be honest. The Landers just doesn't make any real progress into this lead as well, which is like really chopped. We can go like hands here or something. It's not bad. Because it covers for like a weird gold or like a weird King Gambit switch in as well.
You have to be wary of player off Ogre Pawn.
Yeah. Immediate Terra feels crazy. Oh, did we? Oh, I don't. Okay. I don't like this at all.
Good defensive play from Zeal. Catches the rain attack.
We were just, yeah. I guess we were probably just calling out like immediate switch into hands, right? Like, I think Terraing turn 1 into a Mungus feels super committal. Especially when a lot of the time, like in this matchup, Open is just going to be trying to redirect the Shroom. So now, like, our amount of Spore switch-ins has gone from 3 to 2. And, like, Grillum's, like, a Spore switch-in, but, like, it doesn't actually beat Shroom 1v1. So it's like, Amoongus just got a lot stronger on turn 1. I feel like this was, like, too overcommittal from Char. Like, clicking Rain Dance plus Terra is, like, I'm not necessarily a big fan.
Zeal made the correct play into it, scouting it. His immediate
Yeah.
priority should be removing this Tornadus to prevent further
It's Damp
shenanigans in this
Rock.
game.
Oh, okay, man. That's alright. That's a really bad crit. It was also Damp Rock Tornadoes, which is actually kind of insane. That's actually kind of deranged. Uh-oh. So we got the KGB in on the breaking swipe, which is bad for Zeal here, but we'll see where the Spore goes. Was it in, was the Tornadoes in range of breaking swipe? It did 26 last time, so it's possible.
Good pollen buff.
Oh yeah, pollen buff makes sense here. It's a good pollen buff. If we are
Now, if Zeal's Shroom is neutral, it could very well outspeed Gambit and Talon.
yeah. If it's also Covert Cloak, it just like gets Spore for free here anyways. Because you can't even pick it out. It should never die to like, even if we Terra Dark, if we're like Terra Dark Black Classes Gambit, it should never die. It didn't reveal Grassy Seed, so it is probably not okay, it is AV. It's AV. We get Hearthflame in for free. We can pretty easily Pollen Puff. Like, if it's like Focus Energy, we can Focus Energy pretty easily here. Rain has 3 more turns, because it is max turns of Rain, because it is Damp Rock Torn.
I think Zeal should immediately tear the Hearthflame here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. SD also makes sense. We Pollen Puff here. This Hearthflame makes a lot of progress here, especially now that the Torn is low and okay. Oh, it is okay. It's Seed Goldingo. That makes sense. Alright, we get Pollen Puff.
Seasonal Bingo, but it will not be living this Ivy Cudgel if there's a Terra.
Yeah. I think we have to kill the Gambit here, though, before the gold. The gold is less threatening here.
And killing the Gambit is guaranteed value on this board.
Yeah.
It's the much safer play.
I think we can Terra kill it here. I don't think there's much of a reason not to Terra. I guess we're making ourselves weaker to Landorus, which is like a little annoying, but it just depends on like if Terra or if no Terra Hearthflame KOs in rain. I mean, it probably does a +2. I feel like the Rage Powder plus Ivy Cudgel is pretty. Gambit is pretty free here. We can also maybe swap back into the Moon on in this board, which is probably not like the gold is probably not immediately attacking, and we can probably. And if we want to rely on the Gambit getting only 1 turn of sleep, it's like okay, or getting 2 turns, it's fine.
Charlotte is going to need to get the Tornadus and to get a
Okay,
Tailwind and then land a fence here to
Terra.
KO this first
Okay,
flame.
Terra Cudgel, we kill the gold. Okay, wakes up. It doesn't die. We spore again. Okay, so we got like I feel like that was not the greatest trade from Zeal.
Well, it's not something you can control easily.
Yeah.
1 turn wake up.
Yeah, for sure. I think, yeah, taking that much from your Hearthflame is really bad here. I think
You're going to get a
Spores,
free Pollen Puff. It should outspeed
yeah.
everything on the opposing team except for Wellspring. Shark
And
could use
Wellspring,
Wellspring to pin that, but it's not going to make any actual progress.
yeah, because we can just Rage Powder and kill Gambit there on that board.
I really doubt that this Tornadus is faster than than Hearthflame, but if we see it switch
Especially
in
if it's
there, we
not
might be able
Sash.
to assume it is.
Especially if it's not Sash. Although the Char could just bluff that it's faster as well. The Gambit's on 0 sleep turns as well, so it's like a dead slot, an entirely dead slot in this turn. Yeah, I think Char just committed too hard turn 1 with the this could be Scarf Landorus. We could try something like Protect Spore here. Yeah, Protect Spore seems kind of reasonable. Because if it's like Scarf for whatever reason, then we make guaranteed value into Landorus, and if it's I guess if it is like Scarf or whatever, it can like U-turn into Rillaboom predicting that play, but I think like
I agree with this play. Charlie gets an extra turn to wake Gambit back up.
yeah.
Probably the safest option to scout.
Yeah, because it could definitely be Scarf. She could just also be bluffing Scarf entirely here. But like even bluffing Scarf is still like very advantageous for her. Because you still have to respect that it could be Scarf and it could just like outspeed and Sanseer and you like lose your best spot in this game. And it is Scarf. It
It
outspeeds.
does not protect, but it looks like we will be seeing a Spore.
Yeah. So that's not a bad like
This is a
it's not a bad
No,
way
this
to
is
hedge your
pretty terrible
options.
because now we don't. We've lost our best way to remove the Gambit. Now we are forced to have Landorus out on the field, which will
Yeah.
not
Well, and
immediately
also we
remove
don't
this.
have a lot of great ways to remove the Landorus itself, right? Like, and the heart, and even the Wellspring in back looks a lot scarier now. Okay, we get Moon in. We definitely needed to get Moon in. That makes sense. But now we just don't make any progress into this Rillaboom. Yeah, I think we definitely needed to protect to scout for possible Scarf Landorus. I think Protect Spore there is always mostly safe. Because even if they bring out Rillaboom if they bring Rillaboom out the following turn, we get like a turn of Grassy Terrain recovery, and we can like redirect the Kingambit with Shroom still. It's like on this board or on this board. If we protect, like they can and they sense here, we spore it, or like if we protect and they swap like Rillaboom predicting spore into that and protect, then like they still have like did we refill Covert Shroom? I don't remember. I think we might have. Yeah, I think we did. But it's still
It
like
is
we can
Cobra Club.
Yeah, because we can still fake out Ogre Pond and then try and fish for more wake up turns on the Gambit here. And but I think like still if we protect the Ogre Pond on this turn, it's like pretty free for us here.
Right.
Yeah, so the moon is still a little hard to remove for Char, but like the Gambit is still fallen back and has slow kick, so it's like as long as if we remove the Lando, we just win on the spot basically. Because there's not really any real ways of breaking past the King Gambit without Lando. Especially because our Iron Hands got crit, so it's like a little that was like pretty chopped.
I'm gonna guess breaking swipe side puff. Or even hard swap
Oops,
Landorus on the moon slot.
I was behind. That would explain it. Hold up, what did I miss? Okay.
The challenge for Zeal from this position is not letting Gambit get a free turn in to burn its sleep off.
Yeah.
Gambit will instantly win the game, but it's going to be too hard to remove when it starts clicking buttons.
Yeah, it just makes progress into everything that isn't
it-
the Landorus here.
I called it Landorus in on the moon slot, and now Gambit can't get in. We'll probably see the genies come out if it's a double U-turn.
It can also just be okay, yeah, there it is.
If we see a spore on this Rillaboom slot, it's recoverable.
Especially if it's into Torn. Yeah. Or Ogre Pond for that matter. But I guess there's no reason for Ogre Pond to come out and block ring. Okay, Torn. Spore, nice.
Incredible play from Zeal.
That was a really proactive Spore, yeah. The only problem is that we don't really have any ways to touch the Landorus on this board. I mean,
Moon
obviously the
has to
Landorus.
come back in and knock.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the Landorus doesn't have really many ways to touch us either, but like, still. Okay, we are also Protect Moon, which is good. Okay. Do we click Pollen? Okay, we were covering for a turn one away. I guess that's also reasonable. Like having a Mungus out on this board isn't like awful either. Yeah, because it means you can do this. We can protect Spore Landorus again, probably, I think. Or protect, no, yeah. Protect Spore Landorus on this board. So I think the board we want right now is like Landorus Moon or Landorus Goldingo. Like Landorus plus some way to pressure the opposing Landorus. Or no, it has to be Landorus Moon because we don't want... Because Landorus Gold lets in the Ogerpon really easily. Okay, Moon in. Protect. Earth Power. Nice. Wow. That was really heads up. That was a really heads up protect from Seal. Now we have a free Spore into Landorus slot. Okay, knock. So the Kingambit is knocked, which means now it should be vulnerable to the Landorus and back. Roll Boom in.
Center will kill it now.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
actually,
Earth
no, it
Power will
shouldn't
kill
kill it
it.
for
I was gonna say
It shouldn't kill it for
Earth Power should kill from here.
Oh, got some water down the wrong pipe.
Oh, are you okay, Chester?
I'm fine.
Okay. We're gonna need to swap the shroom out at some point. But I guess for now we can just like start puffing the Rilla. Yeah, that makes sense. That not killing could be really bad
Doesn't get the
because
knockout.
Okay. It's not the end of the world because we didn't, oh my gosh, another turn 1 wake? Oh, and it's, okay. It lived, so it is recoverable.
Roaring Moon needs to get a 10 window.
Yeah. This can get
I
us.
mean, it's kind of chopped.
Yeah. We need to,
This,
like,
this gambit is just preventing the Goldango from ever coming out on the field, and
yeah,
Goldango's needed to
exactly.
deal with these grass types.
If we can kill the Ogre Pawn, it's maybe workable. I think we probably need to, like, protect and swap Roaring Moon back into Shroom. Because we need Shroom on this board to deal with the King Gambit and Ogre Pawn. Oh, okay. Sanseer, miss. Oh, okay. That's, well, okay, now it's not going to end the game yet. Hold up, I might have to mute. Well,
Problem for Zeal in this endgame is that the opposing lander T is going to click Sludge Bomb on his lander spot to get the KO, and Gambit is going to click pretty freely in the other slot. You can bring Goldango out to be immune to either of these moves, but Goldango itself can't do anything.
yeah.
There's no way to re-grab the momentum here.
The Gambit just makes too much progress in this endgame, unfortunately. Okay. Mungus in. Okay. It is 3 by Sludge Bomb. Or no, it's not. It's, yeah, after Grassy Train recovery. It should,
We have to
3
remind ourselves that Landorus is locked into Earth Power now.
Yeah. I think, yeah, so Earth Powering the...
Amogus can take the double up from here. Wellspring can probably take 1 Earth Power from Zeal's
Well,
Lando.
I think you might not have to take the double up, right? Because we can just Earth Power, or we can Rage Powder Earth Power, right? And Earth Power is like pretty... Oh.
I don't understand that switch.
I don't
He's going
either.
for Spore again.
I don't either. I think we needed to Rage Powder kill the Gambit. Because that's like pretty much guaranteed value there.
I don't know what Zach saw on that turn.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because at worst you get the Wellspring down in range.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, we're not scarfed. Do we outspeak? Okay, we do outspeak them in... Okay. That's actually not bad.
That's a really bad knock. It's damage, but now the opposing Landorus can't get locked out of. You kind of wanted it to be Scarf because it has to choose between either not hitting the Goldango or not hitting the opposing Lando. And now it's just not locked into that decision.
And then
I
me,
don't think the damage is very
another turn
valuable.
1 wake on the King Gambit is just troll. Yeah, this is just over now. We
This
just need
Gambit
to...
needed to die a long time ago.
Yeah, we needed to just kill it on that 1 turn, TBH.
On the
This is
bright
like...
side, it's not boosted. It's not boosted, and it doesn't one-shot the gold. On the dark side, oh look,
Imagine this is
Wellspring has
Terra...
too much health.
Imagine this is Choice Specs Focus Blast Golden Go. Unironically, the singular win con. Oh my god.
Okay, man. Okay, man. He was just smarter than me. He knew something we didn't. He knew. He's a knower.
Dude. How did... Dude, I'm crying. It was, in fact, Choice Specs Focus Blast Golden Go.
Sorry, Wellspring. You're not winning this endgame.
It's winnable with a crit.
I don't think it lives this double up.
That was an insane end game. Oh my gosh. Char got really lucky with I think Char got really lucky this game. Like the immediate crit on the hands was pretty crazy. Especially because it was a -1. Even in raid, that should not have that should have done like 70 instead of like all of it. I mean, obviously it means that Zeal was able to get the Mungus in like really quickly, but it's still like not good. Obviously, did Chister leave or did I leave? Okay.
Neither of
No
us
one left.
left. Ninja just joined.
Oh, word. Okay, so that's why we had the sound. Yeah. The turn one wake like on this turn with the gambit was also really bad. Yeah, because we just like took so much for free on the ogre pawn. Charge got a lot of turn one
He
wakes
was
on this.
charging up his RNG meter, man. He got multiple
Yeah,
turn one
yeah.
wakes in preparation for landing focus myth.
Are
Yep,
you
yep.
still streaming, Shasta?
I am streaming.
Jeff is saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is a crazy game though. This is like a really well piloted end game from Zeal, especially because of like how many turn one like sleeps that he got throughout the course of this game. Yeah, the focus blast gold was kind of crazy. I didn't see. I mean, I guess I would say I didn't see that coming, but I did see that. I guess I kind of did see that coming. Yeah, and I think here or like there's a what board was it? It was this board. I think on like the board that we had like where it was like Amoongus Landorus. I think we needed to just like kill the King Gambit, and that would have made the game a lot easier.
Game
Because if
2
it
is
was
up.
Specs Gold, then we could just like leverage that in Tailwind. But okay, game 2. Okay, so we have Sun Trick Room versus. This is just like this looks like the VGC team, but like with Bolt over Flutter. This is actually just a VGC team with Bolt over Flutter. It seems pretty reasonable though from Char. This is kind of cool. I like it. I think the Torkoal and Trick Room looks like LeBron James though. Like Torkoal and Mingus and Trick Room just look like actually Hitler. The Ogre Pawn is also really scary though. There's actually there's this chud beeping noise in my in like the location that I'm at right now. That's like really fucking loud and it goes off like every couple minutes. So it's like okay. I'm just hoping that people on stream can hear it. Is this like CM Bolt? No. It doesn't make sense for it to be CM Bolt. It probably has to be like AV or whatever. Like maybe like AV and then like yeah, like AV and then like like whatever item on the inside. Probably boots. The wake lead puts a lot of pressure obviously on Char because it hits both of these, but also like the Amoongus is still pretty scary here. Double
Char has to
Amoongus.
spend this whole game answering the question of how she's going to get around this pairing. The Walking Wake threatens the entire opposing team.
Yeah. The Amoongus, if it's also Covert Cloak, is really interesting here. Because it'll be able to like basically get around it and spore both. We can theoretically bring in the Hearthflame on either of these, but I don't think we necessarily want the Hearthflame taking damage from the Wake super early. Especially if this is Specs, because it'll just like make so much progress immediately. We'll see.
Hello.
This is a weird turn one for both players for sure, because there's a lot of 50-50s with the fake out and like what the bolt set is. And if it's also like Covert Cloak and Mingus again. At least the Cresselia on this team isn't like a Fergaraf, so we don't have to like play around mind games with that either. because that would be also extremely cringe. This team, I mean, the Torkoal Wake probably help you get around it being weak to Goldingo a lot, but I've never been convinced by like Cressbear plus Among Us stuff because I feel like you're just so weak to like Wellspring and Goldingo in the long term. Okay. Immediate instance, which is really proactive. I appreciate that. Getting the Ogre Pawn in, or getting that in for free on the Ogre Pawn feels like a really good, like really heads up. From here, we obviously have to respect like a Furgraph switch in. Yeah, Furgraph switch can be pretty scary. If it's like Focus Energy Hearthflame, they could start making a lot of progress here. If it's SD, same thing as well.
Oh.
Furgraph could also very much just come in and like let the Ogre Pawn setup not entirely unmolested, but mostly for free. Okay, I'm gonna guess in. There's a Focus Energy. Okay.
It's a really bad turn for Zeal.
Yeah, it needs probably AV Ensign as well for Zeal. Which makes sense here. If it's Adamant, it's like pretty good here. Alright, Walking Wake back in. Okay, both Ensigns are probably AV. What comes in here? Tornadus, probably. So you can't just like swap in Torkoal. Yes, since this is Gripon, you can play around like, oh, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Immediate Ursulina is pretty valid here. Because it means you're like, and especially because you're fast, it means you're faster than Humongous, right? But you're immediately like, just like forcing progress with you. You also don't even have to save with it. You can just like swap it as well. Just getting the burn on it is really nice because it means you actually have another force switch in this matchup, which is really good.
Zeal's just gonna go Torkoal here and take a kill.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. It's also like the Ogre Pawn only has a 50% chance to crit with Woodhammer, or like whatever grass move it could have, too. So the Wake is not even necessarily for sure dead here if it targets the Ursulina. Although I guess like Ivy Cudgel into the Amogus slot is also like pretty free, because even because like it with a crit and Sun, you still
I
take a
would kill
lot
the
from
Ogre
Torkoal.
Pawn.
What'd you say?
I would kill the Ogre Pawn.
I think killing the Ogre Pawn is valid. I think it's also very valid for Char to just stay in here and to attack with the Ursulina, and I feel like the Ogre Pawn makes less progress into this board than the Ursulina does. Okay, oh, it's special attack booster. Holy fuck. Okay, well, I think we just lost. It being Dragon is...
I was expecting Ursulina to Terra, but not to that type.
Yeah, I mean, it being Dragon is just like, oh, okay, well... It being special attack booster means that, like, yeah, that's okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we had Ogre Pawn, like, we made more progress in that board, but like losing Wake just means we just lost our best progress maker into the rest of the team. And if our Ensign isn't like super fast, there's a pretty distinctive chance that like the Ursulina outspeeds us and just kills us with Headlong Rush. We can't Terra with Ogre Pawn anymore, so it's like maybe still salvageable. Maybe there's a world in which like Ursulina and Trick Room wins this, but I feel like Char might probably just has like too many pieces late game for it to actually like make enough progress. Okay, Ensign in. Cresselia in. Knocked the AV. Okay.
I don't really understand preserving the Ogre Pawn here.
I think protecting the Ogre
That
Pawn is
Pokemon
not
isn't
correct.
necessarily... Yeah, I don't think that's your win condition at all this game.
I think,
No,
yeah,
you Terra the Ursulina.
I think we could have just like traded with it. Like just click. I mean, Ivy Cudgel into Incineroar or Cresselia or the Torkoal is like free. Just take your damage. It's they'd have to double you up to kill you anyways, and I think that's a little overcommittal from Zeal because that just like
Well,
lets bolts
Neil's
in for
only win
free.
condition left in this game is to get his Trick Room sweepers in place.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's only one Trick Room setter for him.
Yeah. Which I mean, I was gonna say I think it just dies on this board now.
Unfortunately, Incineroar will get the KO.
Yeah, because it's definitely adamant. Well,
Game
it may not
three.
doesn't necessarily have to be adamant, but yeah, this is just over.
We'll go to game three.
I don't know. I guess I don't know like what progress Steel is expecting to make that turn specifically by keeping the crest in. I feel like we just need to like sack Torkoal or whatever. Because there's no way that like you're ever leaving the crest alone on this turn, but it's fine. It's fine. He was like already too far behind for it to really matter. If this was like AV Bolt or something, this was also just like really, really hard for the Torkoal to make any real progress this game. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, I guess the Torkoal is getting an attack off for free. We see what the Bolt set is now, probably. That doesn't scream AV to me necessarily, but it could definitely be AV. Seeing no leftovers revealed, so it's probably not CM. It could also be like offensive item as well. But okay. Fake out. Okay. Well, I mean, Citrus Berry Raging Bolt. Hello? What a fascinating item. I've never seen Citrus Berry Raging Bolt in my life. What would that even be for? I'm genuinely curious. Maybe it's like no, actually, what could Citrus Berry Raging Bolt possibly be for? Like, surely you go like offensive item or something. Wait, okay.
It's got taunt, bro. It's the elusive taunt Raging Bolt.
Dude, it's the Mike Raging Bolt. I low-key don't like that we're just letting Torkoal click attacks for free.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. The opposing Ursaluna is faster than everything left on Zeal's team.
It should be, at least, yeah. Well, dude, imagine Zeal's like a freak and
Just
this
be a
is like...
legendary Earthquake.
Dude, imagine this is like max speed Ursaluna from Zeal. This is like max speed Adamant Ursaluna, and it outspeeds the Raging Bolt and Incineroar somehow, because this is like IC1 Cresselia, like that one DOE, or like that one VGC team.
Raging Woke.
Dude. Okay. Okay, we're burned. Dude. Max speed right now. I'm telling you, max speed. Trust. It's gonna outspeed, and it's gonna EQ. It's not... Okay, it did not do that.
I'm good.
Okay, that's GG. Alright, I hope this game 3 does not take too long, because I actually do have to go to class soon. It's like a 15-minute walk, so I'll be fine, surely. Okay. That is game 2. And we're getting game 3 soon. Yeah, I mean, the tarot is just like... The tarot on Ursaluna is just like... I mean, I don't know. Kind of it's just what do you do there? Like... Yeah, like we just
I
lost
think
too
you're
much
always
progress.
supposed to remove the Hearth Flame.
Yeah. Probably.
Ursaluna is very mitigable in that game. Hearth Flame was not.
Yeah, that's true. Because if we remove Hearthflame there, then like the Crest can still get up Trick Room, like not super easily, but it can still get it up at least. Especially since we have
You'll
like a
have
lot more.
Incineroar in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially because we have a lot more maneuverability with the Ensign. At that point, you have to play around like the Furrig and then their Ensign, like in Furrig contesting the Trick Room, but like we also have Torkoal with Terra under Trick Room, which can like pretty easily pressure the vast majority of the remainder of the team. Same with Ursaluna. I mean, obviously, like Thundercloud Bolts would be like pretty scary here, but it was also Citrus Berry, not like a real item. I guess Citrus Berry means it like trades with Torkoal pretty well, but like, bro. Okay, third game. Okay, he runs it back against Screen Solo Kiram with Amogus. Interesting. Are we going to see this team get packed up by Hearthflame a second time in a row? Let me know.
Charlotte really likes Hearthflame right now.
The Moltres Galar actually looks super scary if we don't pressure it with the Wake or the Ursaluna. It just looks like it like sits on this team really hard, except for those 2 months specifically.
Torkoal's gonna have a great time this game.
For sure.
My singular question in this game is how effectively can Zeal keep Trick Room up?
Yeah. If it's Terrafire Moltres, this also looks really scary for Zeal. Something like Instant Cresselia makes sense here. Also depends on the crest item. If this is like Goggles Crest or whatever, then like I guess it being Goggles Crest makes no sense though. It'd probably be like Mental Herb or like I don't think it was Reveal. Wait, did it get knocked off? No, it didn't. So we don't know. It didn't get knocked off last game by the Ensign because it got killed by Flare Blitz, not knockoff. Okay. Kyurem Grimsnarl into Cresselia Incineroar. Okay, we
This
see
is a
here.
really bad lead from Char. I don't understand why
I
you would lead Hero into this.
I don't understand why we wouldn't lead like Hearthflame or Amoonguss here. Even the Golden Go like makes or like our Moltres if they start like plotting make a lot of progress in in the early game. I mean, this just lets us get in Torkoal or Ursaluna for free.
The problem for Charlotte is that any of her lead combos with Grimsnarl is not going to be able to handle Incineroar. She will get screens up correctly, but like Hearthflame isn't going to do anything to Incineroar. Goldengo's not going to do anything to Incineroar. Moltres isn't going to do anything to Incineroar.
Yeah,
Kyurem has Earth Power, but that's not enough.
yeah.
So I kind
We
of
need
understand the lead, but I feel like you should go for Spore.
this knockoff of Soup Fiend feels very reasonable. I like that knockoff a lot because it means that now like
He's setting up for Torkoal.
Torkoal's even more free in Trick Room, which I really appreciate. If our Cresselia is slower than our Incineroar, we can also like Lunar Blessing pretty freely here. It just depends on like what we get in here. Because the like if we like Earth Power the Incineroar slot, it could get a little annoying here. You probably keep the Grimsnarl on the field this turn because if it's like Parting Shot or whatever, you want to like be able to Parting Shot out into whatever the instant swap is. Yeah. Okay, U-turn is into Ursa or
Grimsnarl's slower
into.
than the Incineroar.
I don't think that's very surprising. It's probably 0 speed in Grimsnarl and like slightly fast Incineroar.
You know,
It's really just a 50-50 about whether or not you think the Kirim is clicking ice move or ground move.
Char
So
is definitely covering for Incineroar U-turn on that slot for
yeah,
Torkoal.
for sure.
I
I
would
think
switch
you
in the Ursaluna.
I think you can go to the Mungus here actually. I think Mungus makes a decent amount of progress here also.
You could, but it's going to invite Hearthflame.
I think if we Mungus and like pollen puff, we can get something else in for free. If that makes sense.
I would just get Ursaluna in because you can Lunar Blessing it off.
That's true. I think
You
Ursaluna is
cannot
reasonable.
invite the Hearthflame to get
Okay,
in.
Psychic. Draco. Oh, that was a good mid ground from Char. For sure. I guess the question is like, does this amount of chip on Curum put it into Earthquake range? I guess we can just facade it here at TBH. We probably should
I
just
would
facade
just
it.
spot if you're in plot. You don't know if Moltres is coming in.
Oh
So just
wait, no,
click
no,
Facade
no.
on
There's no.
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, there's no reason to hit it anyways. You're right. We should just Lunar Blessing Facade Grimmsnarl. That seems reasonable. Or like Lunar Blessing. I mean Headlong Russian to Grimmsnarl isn't unreasonable either. But it's up to Zeal's intuition. Like if he thinks gold or Grim is gold or Mulch is more likely to come in on that slot. Because cause it's probably parting shot on the Grim, right? So
If he
obviously the
wants to hard commit to offense right now, he can switch Torkoal in on Chris as well and Facade.
switching Torkoal on the crest is not a bad play at all. Yeah, I respect that. I think if you switch, okay, Facade, you leave the,
Char doesn't switch. I'd call that a bad turn for Zeal.
yeah. Are we not parting shot then on the Grim?
Charlotte famously likes Thunderwave or Scary Face on her Grimmsnarls.
I see. Well, if we're Scary Face, we might see a side Scary Face in the Moltres.
That doesn't work.
Yes, it does. You can side Prankster move your partners.
The Dark type.
Yes, that's how that works.
That doesn't seem right.
That is how it works. I'm telling you.
Pokemon, why are we
You,
programming our game like this?
but you cannot do that to Golden Go. So because Make Aaron will just block the status move. What that was like.
Looks like Zach's just gonna get his Luna healthy.
The Ursula being healthy is still really good here, though. Yeah, like if we can we can also like, yeah, it just makes so much more progress if it's healthy.
It probably needs to not be staying in.
Okay, are we about to see it? Are we about to see like Scary Face plus Fiery Wrath? Let me know. No, plot is pretty safe. All things considered.
I wouldn't count on it. I would more count on Amoonguss getting in to be able to side puff.
For who?
For Moltres, it's not going to die to Facade.
Yeah. Not Vine Reflect. I think getting in the Instant here is pretty reasonable for Zeal as well. Because we don't want to lose too much progress into the Moltres long term.
Zeal needs to keep the crest in now because
Okay.
Grim's going to end too quickly if he goes.
Interesting.
Good switch. Good switch.
Icy Wind. Oh, okay. So is this faster Selena then?
That's inexplicable to me.
Is this faster Selena then? Wait, okay, that actually is insane.
That's completely inexplicable to me.
That's actually insane. Is he about to click like protect Icy Wind again? Is he about to click like protect Icy Wind? Lunar Blessing. Oh, okay, it's still slow. Okay.
Some very strange behavior going on.
Dude, they're making plays you can't even pronounce. I mean,
Incinerator's coming back in, and we're getting another round of Trick Room. There's nothing Char can do about it. He's kind of just in the blender. I think Char, while it did fine on the turn that it happened, really needed to set up Moltres in that first round of Trick Room to start making progress in the long term.
Yeah, I think you take the facade trade there. I think you definitely take the facade trade there. Getting in the getting in the Torkoal here and clicking Terra is like really, really strong now.
Doesn't even necessarily need to be a trade. Amoonguss is slow.
Yeah, the Amoonguss is also like really strong in this endgame. Neither side has committed Terra yet though, so this is like Terra Water Sherm. It still can pretty easily make progress. So maybe like a Terra Fire Moltres. Even a Hearthflame, and if in like a certain late game position, if we chip the Cresselia enough. Okay, Terra Water Moltres. Terra Water Terra Blast Moltres.
I can accept that.
I guess we get into Shroom now, right?
Shroom's 4, get Torkoal and Crest.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'd spore the Grimmsnarl if I'm Zeal.
Char's going to be forced back into Hearthflame. She still has 2 Spore Immunes. It's just about keeping the Moltres from being able to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. The Moltres is still very scary in this endgame, though. It looks really hard to break. We basically need to spore it at some point. Which means we need to get Torkoal next to it, right?
In the sun, it's booster special. So in the sun, the Walking Wake is going to do like 70 with Draco.
Find screens? If it's careful?
We don't know that it's careful.
Yeah. But if it is careful, that's probably doing like...
It'll go down to 50 with the screen.
Yeah, it's
all
like
right,
50
Zach.
sounds. 50 sounds right. We have to spore one of the 2 slots here.
Sporing Grimmsnarl might be correct.
I think sporing Grimmsnarl
to
sounds
cover for
reasonable.
Spirit Break.
We're slower. We're slower.
We are slower because
they're
we
drops.
Icy Wind the Grimmsnarl.
Shot Icy Winds, yeah. I mean, we Terra Erupt, but now the Terra Eruption is just not making enough progress here. Like, surely, maybe Amoonguss can live this at -2. It's definitely possible.
It's not getting the -2. There will be a Rage Counter. But Amoonguss will live this through the screen at -1 very easily.
Yeah. Well, so I think Zeal has to commit Terra to the Torkoal here, right? He's not. Okay. We find out that it is Cobra Cloak Amoonguss. Interesting.
Amoonguss is fishing. Amoonguss is going to get Chaos. Zeal has a Hearthflame problem late again.
Yeah.
Walking Wake can Flamethrower this Amoonguss later, but oh no.
This looks a little chopped. I feel like we had to commit Terra on the Torkoal here.
Press can wake it up later.
Yeah. Well, I still think we just needed the damage.
Press can also be the one to use Terra later to keep the Hearthflame at bay.
Yeah, if we're
There's
firing,
no problem with not tearing them. There's no reason to tear the Torkoal if it's not going to get the KO in this room.
Okay, there's the Thunderwave. Oh, this feels bad.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we get a Wake there. Wake is lucky.
Big Lunar.
It's a good Wake.
Big Lunar Blessing. Only 3 turns of light screen left.
We need to get Shroom back in, I think, right?
Dorkle can reset itself. Crest doesn't have to set Trick Room here.
Yeah. We go like Shroom and we like. This is
You can go
awkward.
Wake as well.
Wake seems, yeah, Wake is reasonable.
Wake Icy Wind. Keep the Horseman at bay.
Yeah. The only problem is that the Moltres should plot here. If the Moltres plots here, it's kind of bad for us. Okay, there's the Wake. This
It's
is an
fine
Icy Wind.
because Moltres does
Oh,
not
okay.
have the leftovers item, so I wouldn't be that concerned about it.
Okay. We get the.
Given the amount of damage that Gracilia and Walking Wake just took, I think this is a Specs Moltres.
You think so? That seems reasonable, actually. I guess that would make sense why it didn't plot earlier then, right?
I don't know Moltres to be capable of doing 50 to Wake.
Wake is also, I don't know, maybe, I think you could be underestimating Wake or overestimating Wake as far as its frailty goes, for what it's worth.
I am not. I have the calc open.
GG.
It's Choice Specs Moltres. There's no other item that gives it that damage output.
I think this is probably kind of over then. Because I don't think we make enough progress into the
If the Cresselia is uninvested, it will be faster than the Moltres here, and it can get off a Lunar Blessing.
But we don't kill the Ogre Pawn, no?
Correct.
Okay, Terra? No Terra. Did he mean to click Terra there? Unfortunate.
Don't know if he did. Don't know if he didn't.
This is just over now. We don't make enough progress in
All right,
Moltres.
Walking Wake, get your crit.
I don't even think that's enough.
A crit would absolutely have been enough.
It would have killed, but it wouldn't have been enough to save the game. I don't think the Torkoal doesn't make enough progress into the Hearthflame with light screen up.
Good hidden set from the Moltres.
That was a cool set. That was a really cool set. I don't really have much more to say about it. The team's prop were very cool. I thought the Terra Dragon Ursulina was really a heads up. It makes sense on this